departure gates are packed. Boarding at last. My first flight in 2 years. 52K. I booked an aisle seat and they've actually put me in a seat. That's the window. The window seat with no window.
Now on our final approach and we will be landing in a few minutes.
Morning, beautiful people. Mindanao, or Davao to be more precise. I got here not yesterday, but the day before in the evening. And so I was a bit too late to do anything. I'm staying at the Centre for Asian Culinary Studies, which is owned by and run by Chef Jean Gonzalez. And the room's really nice and the location's really good, but there's no internet. So yesterday, I ran around all over the place checking out hotels so that I could actually check their internet speeds, and they were appalling. So I went to 6 hotels yesterday, 6, and got sunburnt. And no hotel. So it's 8:30 in the morning and we're just about to get a grab taxi and go and have a look at another couple of hotels. This is the little courtyard on the ground floor. And that's my room up there. It's really good. It's a really nice place. There's the school. I'll show you around the front. Finally made it. We're in a Davao taxi and we're heading to the Ritz Garden Oasis. So this would seem to be it, the Ritz Garden Oasis. And it seems to have some nice gardens, as you would imagine. I tried to call them, but they didn't answer, which is a bit disappointing. But they've got restaurants and a swimming pool. Let's go and talk to reception. This is the deluxe room. Oh, it's got a big bed. And it's got a big window, which is very nice, and a desk. So far so good. We've just got to check the internet. All right, so the speed test was pretty good. Thank you. And I'm going to go down and book it on Agoda and stay here for about 5 nights. It's a pretty kind of isolated, off the beaten track kind of place, but they can call taxis for you. I'm vlogging in the lift, making everyone really uncomfortable. All right, that was great. I've booked until the 27th, and the internet was really good, and I've got it for about 1,700 a night. And so just going to the restaurant to grab a coffee, and then I'll explain what's happening for the rest of the day. Can you get a coffee, please? Yeah. I don't know where I pay. Here's the pool. Apparently it used to be like this, a fairly large mini golf place, and now it's just gardens. Oh, the pool bar. That's going to be a hard one to ignore. Might get out of the sun. Oh, I haven't had internet since I got here to Davao. Fantastic. Oh, you can't see me. I wanted to have the swimming pool in the background of the shot, but you can't see me if I do. Just got a coffee, and I said, oh, where do I pay? And they said, oh, no, that's all right. This is my kind of place. Oh, it's going to be like a holiday. Swimming pool. I've got my board shorts and my rashi. Oh. So now it can begin. I haven't been able to do anything since I got here other than look for hotels, and finally I've found one with decent internet. So after this we're going to go to a cafe and have a proper coffee, a place called Purge Coffee Roasters, and I'm told that all sorts of interesting things about the person who runs it and about their product. So we'll investigate that when we get there. And then I've got so much planned after that. Chef Jean's coming to Davao City, I think, in a few days. And so when he does get here, we're going to go to a couple of really nice restaurants and show you like the top end of fine dining in Davao City. And so I really should address the issue at hand, which is why haven't you, Marsh, why haven't you posted a video for nearly 2 weeks? Well, with the little colonoscopy and the cancer scare, and with Emma's house burning down, and a little bit of bad news I got from Australia, I thought, you know what? I think I'll take Easter off. And I think I might fall off the wagon while I'm at it. And so I've had about 10 days of just, you know, taking care of my mental health. But we're in Mindanao now, and it starts again. And the vlogs will be coming thick and fast. We're in Tulip Drive in Matina, and this is Purge Cafe. And I've heard quite a lot about it. I've just been inside talking to the barista and to the owner. And they're using international coffees and local coffees. And so we'll have a coffee later and a bit of a chat to the barista because they're really knowledgeable. And I'm going to have a spaghetti because I'm hungry. But this is Tulip Drive. And it's right over the other side of town to where I'm staying, which is neither here nor there. The taxis are pretty cheap. I got a Grab taxi here for about 150 pesos, so that's pretty good.
Ritz. I can do it here.
Oh, okay. Of clouds. I think I might have a coffee.
Orange pepper? I didn't have the orange pepper. I only have a little bit more to the Filipino side.
All right, this is Mum's spaghetti. They told me it's a bolognese, but they told me that it's sort of made more towards the Filipino palate than the Italian palate, for example, meaning that it's sweeter than you would normally find in Australia or Italy, and it is. And the garlic bread's nice. Well, that was nice. It's a little bit sweeter than I would normally like. Rovi, she is the head barista here, and we're just about to have a coffee, but I want to figure out which one to have. And so to figure that out, I need to ask what sort of coffee beans they use. And so what are my options, Rovi?
Well, today we have on our hopper for espresso, we have a single origin masha from Ethiopia and a blend, and a blend of a Brazilian hambella.
A Brazilian.
As for our manual brew or filter brew, we have a local bean, Mount Apple, 2 Ethiopians, masha in Misty Valley, and a Kenyan.
Okay. All right, so we're going to have the Mount Apo bean because that's the local coffee bean. I'm in Mindanao, come all this way, so I may as well have one. So it'll be a filtered coffee, and I don't usually drink filtered coffee, so we'll watch how they do that. You were talking about the notes that you get from the Mount Apo coffee bean. What are they? What are those flavors?
For the bean that I'm brewing to you today, you get this dark chocolate notes. A local people would call it tablea. Yeah, it's fermented chocolate, so you get a lot of the chocolate at the same time, a little bit winey-ish notes into it.
Oh, okay.
Orange, you get orange in it.
And a little bit of orange.
Yes.
Ooh, that sounds.
So chocolate,
sounds a bit Jaffa.
wine, and orange.
Sounds good. All right. Let's go and make it. So, how many grams?
It's actually 16, but I put in a little bit more because I'm going to purge the grinder. So purging is the act of just pushing all the old beans with the new fresh one. You're going to grind the 2 grams, purge out the old bean, old oils, old scents, and check out the grind size.
That sort of cleans the grinder, does it?
Because there might be an oils or some remnants of the old bean that I brewed. So I put in the fresh one, grind a few.
And another interesting thing I learned from our barista is the difference, one of the main differences between espresso made coffee and drippolated filtered coffee is that caffeine actually takes longer to extract from the beans. So there's more caffeine in filtered coffee than there is in espresso, if you can believe it. So with the grinding and the initial grind to clean the grinder out, that's called a purge. Thus, the name of the cafe, Purge Coffee Roasters. Okay, so the beans are done.
Would you like to have a sniff at it?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
Right. I don't know what to say. That almost smelled like Vegemite to me.
Vegemite. So tasting coffee is much like tasting food. So it's not just a gustatory experience, it's also a olfactory experience. So when we smell the beans and it's still dry, we call it fragrance. But once I started brewing and the brewing smell, once water is in contact with the beans, we call that aroma.
Right. The difference between fragrance and aroma. Fragrance is from the dry bean. The aroma comes when moisture is added. Boy, what a mine of information.
Anything the coffee bean touches, preheat.
Preheating the filter now. Alright, beans are going in.
When you start brewing your coffee, one of the signs that tells you your coffee is fresh is those bubbles.
Right.
If you pour in hot water and it's just flat, that means your coffee is stale.
Right.
Alright, your coffee, sir. This is Mount Apple.
The Mount Apo coffee. Okay, so now the reason that this is served in 2 different containers is that over a period of time, when I have my second taste, this will have cooled and coffee increases in flavour as the temperature goes down. So think about that next time you're ordering a coffee. Do you want it blistering hot? Okay. Now I'm told that this has chocolatey notes. Yeah. Like a dark chocolate,
Yeah,
I
dark
think.
chocolate.
Yeah, like a dark chocolate. Now, I would normally have a latte, so I would normally have milk. And there's no sugar in this either, and I usually don't take sugar. So there is a bitterness to it. It's an Arabica.
Yes, Arabica.
Arabica.
Latimor variety.
There's something else to it that I can't put my finger on. Is it like a wine? Did you say wine notes
It's
in this?
winey,
That's
yeah.
what I've got. This sort of.
It's winey. You get that cherryish thing, and once it cool down later on, it'll have that orangey notes.
Oh right, I've had some milk delivered. I've got some milk here. That was really interesting. I'll have a little bit of milk in this. Oh, that's probably a little bit too much milk. I think I've spoilt it. Well, my hands are shaking. It's really high caffeine in that. And Ruby has brought me a latte. And this is these are the Ethiopian beans in this one. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, I think I've had my allocation of caffeine for the next 2 weeks. Right, that's all the coffee I can possibly manage. I just want to say thank you so much to Ruby
Thank you for visiting us too.
for all that information. I've learnt more in this afternoon about coffee than in the last 50 years of drinking it. Thanks, Ruby.